Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maria. If you watch this video and you enjoy it, don't be shy, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for any future videos on narcissistic abuse recovery and complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Today I have a video for you on procrastination and how you can get through it. So if you're new to this channel, we talk a lot about narcissistic abuse, which is emotional abuse. And emotional abuse that lasts over an extended period of time, a lot of times causes something called CPTSD, which is complex post-traumatic stress disorder. This comes along with things like emotional flashbacks, a vicious inner critic. I'm not good enough. I'm never going to get that good job. I'm not worthy, right? Self-abandonment. So people-pleasing, giving too much of yourself and not allowing that time, that one-on-one time that you need for yourself to grow as a person, right? So there's so much that happens when we deal with long-term emotional abuse. Something else that we may struggle with is procrastination. So this may look like you have a to-do list that you've had sitting on your counter for a month now and you can't make yourself do it. Maybe it causes anxiety to even think about taking that next step. Maybe when you go to accomplish something on this to-do list, you just completely shut down and you zone out. You literally cannot get past that barrier to even complete anything. Maybe you avoid it altogether. Maybe it causes unwanted emotions. Whatever it is, you understand that there's something in the way of you accomplishing your goals. And we call this thing procrastination, which a lot of times we beat ourselves up about because we don't know where it's coming from. So let me explain this a little bit so that you can understand and hopefully be able to relate to what's going on. So sometimes procrastination is what we call a trauma response. So our body, right, and our brain are so smart. They're thinking so far ahead of what we think they are. Okay, so a lot of times when we get into a situation where our body anticipates feeling a certain feeling, our body, we shut down before we can feel that feeling. So what I mean by that is we go into a trauma response. So a trauma response could be the fight trauma response, right? So we get angry, all right? So that's how we respond to the trauma. We get angry. A flight trauma response might look like an addiction. So we want to avoid feeling certain feelings inside of our body. And so we get addicted to certain substances that numb us. We don't have to feel that feeling as long as we're doing this drug, or as long as we're doing this alcohol, or as long as we're playing video games for an excessive amount of time. We don't have to face our problems. So procrastination sometimes is a trauma response. So what happens is our body is and our mind is so smart that it anticipates feeling a certain feeling. So maybe you've been through a lot in your life and your body can no longer handle the feeling of stress. Okay, it is on overload. Too much has happened. You have too many emotions that have not been processed. Maybe you have suppressed your emotions. Maybe you just went through a healing process and you just moved all these emotions through your body and you've released them. Whatever it is, your body may be anticipating that feeling of stress. So before it can get to that feeling, before it can feel that feeling, it is going into a flight trauma response. That trauma response is saying, I don't want to feel this feeling. I can't handle this right now. There are too many emotions going on inside of me. There's too much else going on in your life right now. And I'm scared to feel this feeling, and I will do anything in my power to not feel this stress. It goes into a flight trauma response. And that's what we call procrastination. So we put off doing things because our body does not want to feel the feeling of what it's anticipating to come if we do dive into these things, if we do pursue these goals. And it's protecting you from being overwhelmed, from feeling the stress, from feeling hard feelings. So what can we do to help ourselves overcome this procrastination now that we understand what our body is doing? Well, you have to understand that, as crazy as it sounds, trauma lives in our nervous system. So it lives in our body. See, when our minds are going in that vicious inner critic of, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, it is literally like we have terrible anxiety because we are in our minds, right? We are thinking about the future and what's going to happen and what we think we can't accomplish. Okay, so this is creating anxiety. We're thinking about the future, or we're thinking about the past, and it is causing us to be in a state of depression. But very rarely are we in the present. And if we are, it's because this is a practice that we have been incorporating into our daily routine. When we are in the present, that means we are no longer in our mind and we are back in our body. So what does this have to do with procrastination? Well, what we need to do is attach the feeling of accomplishment to our nervous system so that our body anticipates a good feeling. It's going to pair accomplishing goals with a good feeling of accomplishment instead of starting goals knowing that it's going to be stressed out. Okay, so how do we do this? This is the key. So what you're going to want to do is, and be very conscious about this. This is a very intentional part of a healing or a growing process. And that is to write out small goals. And by small goals, I mean things like making your bed on a daily basis. These goals are going to be consistent. So making your bed consistently on a daily basis. When you make your bed, stand by your bed and look at it. And feel the feeling of, I did that today. We're only worried about one day at a time, right? I did that today. And notice how it feels in your body. So the important thing here is to accomplish small goals consistently and attach the feeling of accomplishment to your nervous system. This is teaching your subconscious mind and your nervous system, your body, the important part, that accomplishing goals is safe. If you feel as if accomplishing goals is safe and you attach to your nervous system the feeling of accomplishment and how that actually physically feels in your human body, your body will want that. It craves more of that. You ever hear that if you talk about, something, you're going to see it a million times that day. If we talk about the color pink on here for an hour, we're going to go out into our day and we're just going to notice the color pink everywhere. If we notice these feelings in our body, and they're healthy feelings, they're safe feelings, they feel good, they're a feeling of accomplishment, they're a feeling of being proud of ourselves, we are going to crave that. We are going to want more of that. We are going to want to do more things in our life that provoke that feeling in our body. This is how we get over procrastination. This is how we do it. We do it day by day, consistently, accomplishing very small goals, okay? Because the alternative to this is having a to-do list with really big goals sit there for a month and then beating yourself up and self-sabotaging yourself because you're not accomplishing those goals. And that's not getting us anywhere. So let's take it down a notch and accomplish small goals. Make your bed. Do your laundry. Wash the dishes. Make sure all your dishes are washed before you go to bed. Change your diet a little bit, eat a little bit healthier, exercise on a regular basis, and after you accomplish every one of these things, stop. Don't skip over them, stop. Feel how it feels in your body to accomplish things and attach that feeling to your nervous system. Be intentional about it. And I promise you, eventually, you will start craving that feeling of accomplishing your goals throughout the day. Eventually, you will want to take on bigger goals. You will feel like you can take over the world, okay? But this is how we're going to train our body to feel safe with accomplishing goals. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, don't be shy, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for any future videos on narcissistic abuse recovery and complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And as always, I wish you all the love in the world.